Yes, here we are again in the Monday Night Football studio. If you were with us in the last hour, you'd have heard Jamie say he still thinks Manchester City will win the league title. We talk title race. Now we're going to talk Manchester United. So, Amorim, has he got an easy job because there's so much to fix, or a difficult job because there's so much to fix?
Good way of putting that. Yeah. I think what he will have is time, because I think people realise the job that's needed at Manchester United. This is not a case of, buying a couple of players and Manchester United are back where they need to be. I think most people realise now, certainly with the recruitment that they've had over the last few years, that those players have just not worked, not been good enough, have not been the right profile in terms of age, certainly, and possibly transfer fee as well. So I think people understand that this will take time to turn around, and I think between now and the end of the season, I don't think there'll be too many sort of fingers pointed to him. It will be a case of, can you get to sort of next summer's transfer window? Who knows what will happen in January? But that's when he will be able to maybe shape the squad a little bit more in his image. But of course, on this show and other shows, we'll be analysing his setup, his team, how he's going to go about it, and whether that can bring success in the future to Manchester United.
It's got 2.5 years contract. I heard Roy Keane yesterday saying that's not enough. Is it enough?
I don't think Manchester United will be back winning titles in 2.5 years, but I think it's a good length of time to know that you're going in the right direction. There's no doubt he will need longer than that to make Manchester United successful, but I think 2.5 years is probably a good body of work to see, who you're bringing in, who you're moving out, how's your system working. We don't expect it to be perfect from day one. There's going to be a few rocky patches. You look at sort of Jurgen Klopp, you look at Mikel Arteta as well, before they started winning trophies or being teams challenging at the top. So, yeah, I think there'll be a little bit of patience with him, but it is the biggest sort of job, certainly the job that has the most eyes on it, I would say, in English football. Should
Amorim keep Ruud van Nistelrooy?
Should he? I don't think there's a yes or no to that. I don't think he should. If he feels he can benefit from him, but I'm sure he's got his team that he'll bring over from Sporting Lisbon. If he feels he needs a connection, somebody who knows Manchester United, somebody who knows the past squad, who's been there for the last few weeks, he may lean on him. He may actually say, can you actually stay with me till the end of the season? Give me sort of a background of sort of how this club works, what it was like in the past, what it would have been like this season under Erik ten Hag, what are the players like, how did he train? So I think it'd probably be a clever move to keep him for now. I don't think he necessarily has to keep Ruud van Nistelrooy for the long term, but I think the clever play would possibly be to keep him till the end of the season.
We heard today on Sky Sports News the players have said they want Ruud to stay. Should that matter?
No. I don't think the players should have any say in anything like that. I mean, certainly the performances they've given in the last few years. I mean, if it was a highly successful team and you had huge respect for the players within the dressing room and you valued their opinion, that might be something that you take into consideration. You don't let players start calling the shots, and certainly not players at Manchester United.
They've really struggled to score goals, Jamie. Do they need to go in the market and get a striker?
I feel for Højlund a little bit. I think there's a player there. I don't think he's quite ready to be Manchester United's number 9 right now. Now, they went into the market in the summer and bought Xerxes. I'm not sure he's good enough for Manchester United either. I think Højlund is a work in progress, and I think the manager should let him continue to be that between now and the end of the season. And then if he thinks he's up to it, you stick with him, or you go into the market. But in terms of Man United scoring goals, I don't think it's necessarily just about an individual player playing centre forward. I think actual patterns of play, system, getting players in the right positions, not being easily counter-attacked so easily, which means you can keep the pressure on the opposition team and keep them hemmed in for longer. I think that'll be in the forefront of the manager's mind, the actual organisation of the team in possession and out of possession, and he'll feel he can create more chances from that.
We didn't talk Nottingham Forest in the title race in the last hour. Perhaps we should. Could they do a Leicester and win it?
No, they can't. But what they have done is brilliant this season. And in Nuno, they've got a really experienced manager who's been around the block in the Premier League. We've seen the job he did at Wolves. If he could do a similar job here than what he did at Wolves, that was European football, I think, 2 years in a row at Wolves. It's absolutely sensational. He works on it being really tough to beat, keeping clean sheets. I think there's only Liverpool with a better defensive record in the Premier League this season. But when you look at teams at the bottom who we thought would be at the bottom this season, and then you look at their attacking players and who will score goals for them, Nottingham Forest have 3 or 4 really good eye-catching players who I think can assist and score goals and always keep you a problem. So if they can keep it tight at one end, there's always going to be goals for them.
OK, that's Sports Centre. What's coming up on Monday Night Football?
Monday Night Football, we're going to analyse the weekend. We're going to have, initially, a look at Southampton. I think it's really important when teams who come up get that first win. So we're just going to look at that goal. We're going to have a big look at Arsenal on the back of my comments last week that they're morphing into a Jose Mourinho team. So I've got a lot of criticism for that. So I'll hopefully be able to back that up with some stats tonight. And then probably the standout result was probably Bournemouth. You know, at home to Manchester City. I mean, we've looked at it, I've analysed the game, watched it again, gone through all the clips. It was fantastic. So we'll have a look how they set up. And also on Liverpool, so we get the three teams we think are probably in the title race. How quickly Liverpool score an equaliser and score a winning goal. And is the history in that? How often does it happen? Or is it just a myth? But I think it was the first time we've really seen Anfield win a game for Arne Slot's team. And if Liverpool are to be successful under the new manager, they're going to need that in the future.
Brilliant. Monday Night Football, unmissable. Jamie, thanks ever so much.
Brilliant, mate. Thank you.
Thank you.